A Wizard Tower.
Return of Gelu review.
Nice wolf armor, by the way. Hey! Lion Hero. He is going to be a special guest in this Terraria series.
This is 88 Gelu, and we're back with another Transformers review. Now, before I get into the review, I would like to, just glance over something. So, I have a lot of friends who are much bigger fans of Transformers than I am. And I know that there are a lot of people on the internet that agree with them when they say that they hate Transformers Cybertron, and generally they seem to hate it for the same reason that I like it, which is that it is completely separate from the G1 storyline. It is in itself an original series, and to be honest, I don't see what the problem is. Not everything has to be interconnected. I mean, even things like The Legend of Zelda had alternate storylines that were created in some way, shape, or form. And I think really that most people are just nitpicking about it, but that's my opinion. Now, another reason that I'm bringing this up is that this here is Scattershot, and he is, of course, a character that has also appeared in G1, because you can't have a Transformers series that doesn't take characters from G1, because G1 created over 90% of the Transformers characters. Now, another reason that I know I keep bringing up, just like I do in all my reviews of Cybertron figures and also my reviews of the Beast Wars figures, is that the toys are very well fashioned in their transformed or vehicle/animal state. And even though they're not always that functional in robot mode, I don't really see why so many people are just hating on Cybertron for being original. And their toy designs are very good. Even if the whole Cyber Key power gimmick isn't a good plot device in the slightest, at least they're being creative, and at least they're doing a good job making toys, which of course most Transformer fans go gaga over. But enough about that. I just want to get you guys thinking. Do you really have a reason for hating Cybertron other than it's just unoriginal? The opposite. Other than the fact that it is original and that it's not following the G1 storyline? Or is there some other reason for why you hate Cybertron? Please put it in the comments, because I'd like to know. Being able to figure out the ideas of people is a big interest of mine, because that way I get to learn more about the media without having to deal with idiots. Meaning like perverted people and stuff. So, yeah, now let's get on to the actual review, shall we? So, Scattershot's one of my favorite characters because of his personality in Cybertron, not because of that he looks cool, because his original design in Cybertron actually looked stupid as heck, and only started looking good after he was reborn as a Cybertron defense unit after being killed. So, now let's transform him. Oh wait, I should first probably show you his Cyber Key power. And you guys cannot see any of this, so give me a moment. Need to make sure not to accidentally launch the missiles, because those are very sensitive triggers. Like most of the guys, his Cyber Key power is the same in both modes, which is that he has a turret and this gun come out. What am I talking about? They're both guns. Just one's a missile launcher and one's a tank cannon. I'm not even sure what kind of army vehicle this is. Is this even a real army vehicle? I mean, it probably is. Though I do have to say, back on the Cybertron issue, I do have... My main problem with it is that apparently there are Autobots everywhere, and most of them are not willing to help the main characters, which is just ridiculous. And also then some of them have... They're all somehow integrated into human society and managed to do a good job of it, putting complete personalities aside. And for some reason, there are ones with really stupid and illogical transformations like traffic lights. How does a giant robot turn into a traffic light? Now I'm going to show you how to transform this because it's impossible to do with one hand. So you pull this out, open these, and separate them. Same difference. Pull out the hands. Move this section back. You see he has a little area to hold a mini-con. Now also, it's been a long time since I've watched Cybertron. I've heard a lot of people say that it's integrated into the Unicron trilogy. So if somebody could send me a link, I don't know, to some website that could explain that link to me, that'd be very helpful. Because I did not see it the first time I was watching Cybertron. However, that was like maybe 5 years ago. So then you pull his feet out, the back of his feet, separate his legs. This guy's really sharp. He's putting grooves in the table. Behave, Scattershot. Pull the arms out. And pull the head up. Oh, come on. Don't get stuck there. I've only got one hand. There we go. Now, one of my problems with this figure, just to start off with the review, is that you can't do the glowy thing in the back of his head because he has a screw there. Ah, well. And also he has this gun, which has no placement at all in his vehicle mode. I wish they could have done something with it. Maybe like a little mount that you could put on top of the double turret. Or maybe if you could, like, attach it onto his back so that'd be concealed in the vehicle transformation. And oh my gosh, this is annoying as heck. There we go. Now, I forgot to talk about his vehicle mode. His vehicle mode is pretty fine. I mean, it's a giant tanky thing. The turrets move up and down, and it has wheels and can roll. That's essentially it. And of course, there's the Cyber Key power gimmick. So yeah, not much there. It's not like he's an animal. Vehicles generally have much less options for things they can do, unless they happen to be like a Cybertronian vehicle. So, with the robot mode, you can rotate his torso, though I can't do that right now because I'm using one hand. His limbs are pretty stiff, but that's because I barely use this guy because I had him on a display case for like the past 3 years. And he moves reasonably well. It's not like he's super dexterous or anything, and these turrets do get in the way of movement sometimes, but they're not as big of an issue as you might think. Unless you want to do like some really ridiculous position like that. which I don't know why you would do that. I don't even know what I'm getting at. These things really just don't get in the way because they're on the side of his arms. So, I think his model is really good. I mean, like I said, it does look like he has an unnecessary amount of stuff on his feet, which just make them look way too bulky. But as I said, they don't have any problems with mobility. It's just kind of irritating in the appearance. And also, he doesn't have the glowy thing in his back of his head, which I'm probably the only one that cares about that. To be honest, I think the model of the Cybertron Defense Scattershot is pretty good. Is there anything I think they could add to it? Well, and to me, the gold seems a little out of place. Maybe if you made it just a bit more of a uniform color, because you have, like, because they have, I'm saying you as if the viewers have made this guy. They have a gold, and then they have, like, this yellowish brown, which isn't gold. And then they have this third gold for the joints. If they could just choose one, like maybe for the joints they could go with the blue over here, maybe for these random paddings they could keep those gold, and then make his head gold, and make these things black. I don't know. Or maybe make them blue. I guess I just want... I feel like I'm being really nitpicky right now because I don't feel like there's really too many problems with this guy. I did see a paint job for him where he's done up in complete army colors, which looks really nice. And actually, I think if you were to make this area like black or the same blue as over here, then it would look a much more uniform. But I'm not the kind of person who paints their Transformers, so I would never do that. Also, I feel like his gun should have more detail, because, I mean, the design's nice, but considering all the detail that's on Scattershot, you then look at the gun, it's like, what the heck is this thing? It's a blue random piece of plastic that would look really cool if it's been textured properly. Also, as if this guy needs more guns. He has, I don't know, 11 missiles on each hand, not including his cyber key power, which gives him a cannon and an additional 2 rockets. But then again, that's not as ridiculous as the amount of missiles you'll find on Cybertron Defense Hotshot. So, yeah, that's basically it. Actually, no, this is fine as gray, because there is actually a lot of gray in other parts. But now I'm just rambling on. So we should probably finish this up. I'll get to my point. So, there's definite room for improvement. With his... I think it was... I can't even talk right now. I think the reason that they want to keep him blue is to keep it with the original, and by original I don't mean G1, I mean the original Cybertron Scattershot color theme. Probably would have been better if it was done in army colors, though. And I would give his vehicle mode... There's not much to do with his vehicle mode, but it's doesn't really need anything, so I'd probably give it an 8, maybe a 7. I just wish that they could have, I don't know, done something with this gun in his vehicle mode. And then, yeah, his vehicle mode would get a 7, and his robot mode would probably get an 8, just because it needs some recolorizing, but there isn't really any problem with the overall design. Maybe if these were detachable, these second layers, and then you could attach them to his back to eliminate this big gap here, that'd probably be much, much cooler. So actually, I'm going to give his robot mode a 7 also. So he has a total of 14 out of 20. So good job, Scattershot. Maybe a 15. Yeah, probably a 15. So, yeah, guys, thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. I did actually find the instruction manual for my Transmail 2 Optimus Primal, so hopefully the next video will be, the next Transformer video will be on him. And remember, guys, if you have any explanations as to why you might think that's Transformer Cybertron is bad, just put it in the comments. Also, if you could explain to me the connection between Armada and Cybertron, apart from they both have mini-cons, because there have been mini-cons in other Transformers series. So, yeah, guys, thanks again for watching. Goodbye.